Hey guys, thanks for joining us here at Salty Ginger Talk. Return listeners, great to have you back, new to the channel. Really glad you joined us. Hope you like what you hear. So in our episode today, we're going to share with you 5 truths that you might not want to hear. They might not be easy for you to accept, but when you do accept them, when you start thinking the way we're going to talk about today, you're going to be able to take control of your life and you're going to be able to build the life that you want. So most people want a good life. They don't want to face the truth. That's just a statement of fact. Most people don't like hearing the truth. They want to pretend. They want to deny. They want to avoid. That's not the approach. There is no comfort without sacrifice. The only way to get to a comfortable spot is to sacrifice and earn your way there. There's no success without pain. That doesn't exist. There's no validation without effort. Getting a participation trophy does not help. You've got to earn things if you want them to be meaningful. Life just doesn't work the other way. It just doesn't. Hate to break it to you. Like we said, we're talking about hard truths. These are hard truths that you need to accept if you want the life that you think or you say that you want. Today, we're going to give you those 5. And if you want to build a good life, you have to learn to think this way. You have to accept that these things are true, and you have to live your life thinking these thoughts if you want to get to where you're trying to get to. Okay? That's peace. That's success. That's fulfillment. That's strength. That's what these things are going to give you. Okay? So with that, let's just start right on them. Truth number 1, no one is coming to save you. Nope, nobody. It's up to you. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. Learn that mantra. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. Waiting for someone to rescue, the government, your employer, your spouse, your circumstances magically changing. The quickest way to stay stuck is to expect some entity or someone else to come in and save you. It's not going to happen. So, Bandura published in 1977 a self-efficacy theory, and it shows that belief in your own ability to act directly predicts success and happiness. Instead of counting on or hoping someone else would save you, taking the bull by the horns, taking control of the things you have control of in your life is one of the number one predictors of success and happiness in people. There's also learned helplessness studies. That's Siegelman in 1975. Those found that people who believe they lack control will just stop trying. Even when the escape or change is possible, they just refuse to do it because they've learned to be helpless because they expect someone else to come save them. There's nobody coming to save you. You need to stop outsourcing your life. There's no one coming in on a white horse, a white knight on a white horse to save you. You are the rescue plan. You are your own savior. It's up to you. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. Ask yourself daily, what's within my control right now? And then do that. It's that simple. Nobody's coming to save you. If you want it to change, you got to take control. You got to make the change. It's that simple. Okay. Number 2, you can either be a victim or you can take radical responsibility, but you can't do both. Not how it works. Look, world's a tough place. Hard things exist. Traumatic things exist. Injustice exists. All of those are true. Not denying for a second that those aren't true. Not denying for a second that you may have experienced those things and it sucked when you experienced them. Totally got it. I'm granting you all of those things. Whatever your sob story is, duly noted. I'm sure it sucked when you went through it. If you want to stay in victimhood, you're going to stay in that spot that you're stuck on forever. It's never going to get better. And you're choosing to do it. You can either be a victim or you can take radical responsibility. There's been lots of research in post-traumatic growth, like Tedeschi and Calhoun in 1996, that shows that people who assign meaning and take ownership of their next steps grow stronger after hardship. So if you pull the woe is me and you cry in your beer and you sit and pout and you play the victim, you're going to stay stuck on that event. You're going to let that event define you for the rest of your life. I know some people like Stoicism. I like a lot of things about Stoicism. I don't practice Stoicism on a regular basis, but I like a lot of the principles that Stoicism espouses. And Stoicism teaches that if you focus on what you can control, then you won't focus on what you can't control. And that sounds really simple and really basic, but a lot of people struggle with this. How much time do you spend thinking about the past? Do you have any control over the past? You do not. Can you change the past? You cannot. Can you do anything about events that have already transpired? You cannot. So you shouldn't spend any time worrying about those things. It's good to reflect. It's good to learn the lessons that those events were trying to teach you. And then you apply those learnings to the things you have control over, which are the things you're doing right now. You don't have control over the future. You can try to set yourself up for the best possible future possible, but the only thing you actually have control over is right now. And that's where you want to spend all of your time and effort and resources, because it's literally the only thing you can impact. Okay? So here's another way to think about it. Life doesn't owe you a thing. Life doesn't owe anybody anything. I hear it's not fair. I hear I deserve. I should. Nope. I just reject those things out of hand completely. Life's not fair. Nobody ever said it was going to be fair. Bad things are going to happen to you like bad things happen to other people. You may feel like the bad things that have happened to you are much worse than what have happened to other people. And that could be true. That could very well be true. You still have a responsibility to yourself to learn the lessons, to move forward, and to build a life of meaning and purpose with those lessons you take from the terrible things that have happened to you. That responsibility is going to give you power. You should choose power over self-pity every single time. The world doesn't owe you anything. Okay, number 3, you are responsible for your own life, period. You are the one responsible for it. Responsibility isn't blame. Not saying, hey, my life isn't good and I'm an idiot because I let all these things go wrong and I screwed up my life. Maybe, but you can take ownership of it right now. You can take ownership and say, I made all these mistakes. I'm going to learn the lessons from these mistakes, and I'm not going to make these same mistakes again because I'm going to go back and I'm going to try a different approach. You can't change it if you won't own it. You're responsible for it, so you've got to take ownership from it. Studies show that an internal locus of control, the specific study we looked at was published by Rotter in 1966, and that correlates higher motivation. The internal locus of control correlates with higher motivation, better health, and better achievement, simply by taking responsibility for your life. The second you say, it's my job to fix it, you have retaken control of whatever situation you are facing. It's that simple. And it could be a terrible situation that you're in. Not disputing that, not denying that for a second. You're still responsible for how you react to it. You're still responsible for fixing it. It is what it is. A bad thing has happened to you. Now you got to fix it. It's that simple. When you stop saying when you stop saying it's not my fault and start saying it's my problem to solve, everything changes. Stop blaming it on other people. Start taking accountability for things in your life, even if you didn't cause them, even if somebody screwed you over, even if things went wrong. Doesn't matter. It's up to you to take responsibility for it. The minute you take responsibility for it, you take control and power back over that situation. Okay, number 4. We all love to think that we're like the star character and the main character in the world, and you're not. No one's paying attention to you or your mistakes. No one. I assure you no one is. Social psychology calls it the spotlight effect. This is from a study by Gilovich and others in 2000. People way overestimate how much others notice or judge them. It's very self-aggrandizing and very egotistical to think that people are sitting around thinking about you. They're not sitting around thinking about you. You know why? Because they're sitting around thinking about themselves just like you are. That's what everybody does. Nobody gives a shit what you wore. Nobody gives a shit what you said. They might care for a minute or two, and then it all goes away. Nobody cares. You're spending all this time and energy worrying about a bunch of people that aren't spending any time or energy worrying about you. The fear of embarrassment and the fear of failure prevents us from trying, and it holds people back much more than failure does, much more than getting a bad outcome does. the fear of failure and the fear of embarrassment that prevents us from trying or from giving it everything we've got and failing because we wouldn't commit is way worse than trying and failing every single time. The thing about it is you're free to do whatever you want. You can literally do whatever you want. No one cares about you nearly as much as you think. Hate to break it to you. Actually, I don't hate to break it to you. That's not true. I'm happy to break it to you. Nobody gives a shit about you. Nobody gives a shit about what went wrong in your life. Nobody cares. It's up to you. You're the only one that cares. Nobody cares the way you do about your life. Period. Take the risk. Speak up. Fail publicly. It's not going to destroy you. Even if it happens, you're going to learn from it and you can apply those learnings. It's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you smarter. It's going to make you more experienced. It's going to position you one step closer to success. So think about it in baseball. If you're a great baseball hitter, you bat 300. That means you fail 7 out of 10 times. So let's say you're 0 for 5. Math tells you that in your next 5 at bats, you should get 3 hits. You should be chomping at the bit to get back up to the plate. I'm due. It's my turn. It's coming. I'm ready. Nobody's paying attention, man. Nobody cares. Stop. You got to get over yourself. Nobody's sitting around thinking about you. You're not nearly as important as you think you are. Get over yourself. Remember, nobody cares. Do what you want. Go after the things that are important to you, and you'll be very, very happy. Speaking of which, our last one here is that if you want your life to change, you have to change. Period. So we try not to talk about success and failure. Not always great at it, but I try not to talk about success and failure. I try to use the word outcomes. You take actions and you get outcomes. If you take actions and like the outcomes you get, keep taking those actions. If you take actions and don't like the outcomes you get, take different actions. Albert Einstein, generally thought of as one of the more intelligent people that's ever lived. He said insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I think that makes a lot of sense. Neuroplasticity research shows that your brain can literally rewire itself through new habits and new behaviors and new experiences. Your brain literally changes when you experience new things. You can't get new results with old patterns. You're going to get the same results you've always gotten if you take the same actions that you've always gotten. Nothing's going to change that. It's like Newton's first law of motion. A body at rest tends to stay at rest unless acted on by an outside force. In your own life, you are the outside force. You have to take the action if you want things to change. So the takeaway here is you need to change your inputs if you want different outcomes. You need to change your actions if you want different outcomes. It's okay to start small. One new habit, one new thought, one new standard. Let's just say you're sitting around thinking, man, I'd really like to lose weight. Have you done anything to change your diet? If you keep shoveling the same shit in your face that you've been doing, you're going to get the same result. Try something different. I'd like to get in better shape. Have you started working out? Have you done anything to increase your cardiovascular health, to increase your mental health, to increase your physical health? What different actions have you taken? I'd like to meet someone to spend the rest of my life with. Are you putting yourself in social situations? Are you initiating conversations with members of the opposite sex or people that you're interested in? What are you doing different to get a different result? If you're not doing anything, you're just sitting around wishing. That's not helpful. Take action. One small habit, one small step, one new habit, one new thought, one new standard. Start making changes. Watch the outcomes that you get. If you don't like the outcomes, take different steps. Real straightforward. So those are our 5 truths. Look, not necessarily fun, not necessarily comfortable, but they're very liberating. When you start thinking this way, you're not going to care anymore about what other people think. You're not going to care anymore about looking stupid. You're not going to have a fear of being judged because nobody's watching. It's up to you. It's up to you to build the life that you want. No one's coming to save you like we talked about. You are not powerless. If you want a better life, you need to start taking responsibility for your life. You need to stop fearing judgment and worrying what other people think. And you need to make the changes that only you can make. Comfort lies to you, makes you feel good now, but it's got pretty long-term consequences for you down the road. Responsibility, taking radical responsibility for your life, is very freeing. You are the main character in your own movie. You should act like you want the main character in your movie to act. If you do, you'll get the results that you want. If you do it consistently over a long period of time, you'll wind up in a really good spot. Okay, that's the episode, guys. James puts it up over here every day. Head over to our website, saltygingertalk.com. All of our podcast episodes are there. Links to all our social media accounts are there. We got a newsletter we publish every weekday that you can subscribe to on our website. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to our podcast on whatever platform you consume it on. We interview people and they talk about the things they've learned from the challenges they've faced. They give you actionable items that you can incorporate into your life to start building the life of purpose and meaning that you're looking to build. It's one of the reasons you're watching our podcast. We do episodes like this where we give you actionable items that you can take and incorporate into your life right now to start making your life better. Awesome stuff. Super helpful. You don't want to miss any of it. So make sure you catch our next episode. We'll see you there.